Do you ever feel like you get stuck in those slow months where you're just not getting the leads that you want? Or maybe you do get the leads, but it's just nowhere near the budget that you're looking for? Well, let me give you 5 reasons why good web designers get stuck with bad leads and what you can do about it. The first problem is the reputation problem, where maybe you are maybe you were working at like an agency and you're starting up your own business, so you've got really good skills from your previous experience, but you don't really have anything to put in your portfolio because it's other people's clients. And so you start taking on like friends and family and giving them like really, really steep discounts for the sake of kind of getting something in your portfolio. But then you go and you raise your price because now your portfolio is big enough, but you're in the flow of all of these low budget clients. And that's basically the wrong reputation problem. The second reason a lot of good web designers will get low quality leads is people don't really know what you do. They kind of have an idea of the type of work you do, and then they experience a small problem, like, oh man, we've got a broken image on the slider on our homepage or whatever. And you're like, what are you even doing with the slider on your homepage anyway? Anyway, so they reach out and say, well, can you fix this problem for me? And so you end up with these little pinpoint projects where it's like this little thing that they need done and they ask you to do it. And so you get these little teeny projects rather than like a much more comprehensive solution. And then that means you get all these little tiny projects here and there. And most of those people, of course, would have really low budgets because they're only asking for a really small thing. The third problem oftentimes is blending into the noise, where even though you do have years of experience and a lot of authority and all of this history that would allow you to do a better job for people, but on the website, it doesn't really talk too much about that. It's just more like you're saying the same stuff on your site as other people are saying on theirs. Everybody says, web design and SEO and maintenance and hosting and just all the different services, you kind of write down the list. Everybody says the same stuff, but they're offering it for a lot less than what you're offering it for because maybe they're just getting started or something like that. And then the client's sort of forced to shop on price because it kind of looks the same as far as like looking through the window at what's going on. It's like at surface level, everything kind of looks the same, but this is a lot less expensive than that. And so they just go with the low cost alternatives rather than working with you because everything's just sort of blending into the noise and they shop on price. Now, those are all kind of entry-level problems for why you might be getting bad leads. The next two shift the problem a little bit, where the next one is what I refer to as low expectations. Like the client has low expectations of the results, not low expectations of price. Everything we just talked about before kind of revolves around price. Now what we're talking about is stuff that revolves on results. And a lot of times, if you're saying really technical stuff on your website about what services you offer, like web hosting or social media management or email marketing or SEO or like all of these technical services, people don't realize that those services lead to results. In fact, they're not even expecting any results from it. If they're going to get results from their website, it's probably because they have an internal marketing team or they're going to hire somebody else to get the results, and they're just looking to you to lay the groundwork. And so the way that you fix that is offer both. Like say, let me kind of set this stuff up for you. And once we have it set up, here's how we're going to use it to get the results you're looking for, to get more clients, to get more calls, to boost your sales, to add revenue streams, to build in recurring revenue, whatever it is that the client really wants. You're doing basically 2 stacks of things. You have your tech stack, which is like the technical services that you might currently have on your site, but you also have this marketing stack of like, this is how we're going to use the stuff we just set up. And that's really the whole idea. It's like, that's really what DoubleStack is all about. That's where the name came from, the tech stack and the marketing stack. And when you bring both of those things together, then you change the expectations in your client's mind as to what they're actually getting. And they begin to look at you with much more of a value-driven mindset rather than a price-driven mindset. And now we're really getting somewhere because now you can value price your work, break away from hourly rates, break away from all the competition, say a bunch of very different stuff on your site because you're talking about results, they're talking about services. And that really begins to unlock the door to much better clients at a much higher price point. So if this is making some sense, it'd be awesome if you could thump the thumb for me because that's going to help more people discover the video and help them also get better leads into their business. Now here's the last one. The last one is kind of like taking this low expectations idea and really bumping it up another level and actually offering a solution, like creating a bundle of all the stuff that you do the best and then talk about how it achieves a specific outcome for a certain audience. Let me give you an example. Just here's a really small kind of focus example for the sake of right now. What if you can do video editing? And then you think to yourself, okay, option number 1, I can put video editing services on my website and hope people hire me to edit their videos. And then of course, if people do that, they might think, well, I don't know how I would want you to edit my videos, or where am I even going to get my videos from? It's like, I don't even know what we're talking about. Like, I don't have that need. On the other hand, you could say, okay, well, what if I reached out to people that had podcasts and people that created longer form content, people like me, that are kind of content creators that are already creating long form video. And you say to them, hey, what if I took your long form videos and I kind of searched through the videos and kind of pulled out, like 4 or 5 really cool, like 1-minute nuggets from the video. And we took those short form videos and sprinkled them around into different social media platforms, put some on Facebook and Instagram and whatever else. And now you've got kind of like a combination of social media management, video editing, whatever other services you kind of need to bundle into the mix to make all that happen. But rather than marketing it as services, you say, I help podcasters grow their podcast through this video marketing idea, right? And so now what you're doing is you're saying, oh, okay, well, if I'm the podcast person, I think, well, I'm already creating the video. I don't have to do any more work. I just give you access to what I already have. And the next thing I know, my social media channels are always fresh. I'm reaching a new audience, and people are getting interested by these little short-term videos and kind of clicking through and getting the longer form content. And the next thing you know, I'm growing my podcast. Or maybe it's a YouTube channel. And that's what I want. So what you're offering me is not video editing services. You're offering me the ability to grow my podcast or the ability to grow my YouTube channel. And that's what I want. And so that's where you actually begin to experience the alignment of what you're offering on your site with what I actually want. And when that happens, you're golden. That's really what unlocks the door to much better clients and much higher paying clients as well. And usually recurring revenue. Like if you're doing that video editing idea, why don't you do it on a monthly subscription? So you just edit people's videos all the time, and that will really ramp up your revenue. So that's the idea of taking your services, and rather than talking about these individual skill sets, you bump it up a level. So rather than a services page, it's more like a how it works page, right? Like you're still doing the same thing either way. Whether you're talking about video editing services or whether you're talking about growing a podcast, you're still doing the same work, but you're taking the time to create the solution first and then saying, okay, this is a solution for podcasters who really want to grow their audience, but maybe they're too busy doing other things to do it themselves. And I can take the stuff that you're already doing, you don't have to add any extra time into your day. Just give me access to the videos and I'll take care of growing your audience for you using your video editing skills. So that's the idea. So if you want to learn more about kind of how to position your business like this, check the link in the description. I just posted a whole video course. It's totally free. Check it out. It's how to build your own solution first agency. Or check out this next video and I'll show you a bunch of ways. I'll show you 5 ways to get leads for free, like often overlooked ways. So like if you don't have an ad budget or something like that, check out this next video and you'll get 5 ways to drive leads for free, or check the link in the description. Either way, I'll see you in just a minute.